Welcome to The Pulse, the heartbeat of Montgomery County. I'm Markette Sheppard, joining you from our Rockville studio. Coming up, tough times for federal workers shown the door by the Trump administration. Now jobless and struggling to make ends meet, what will they do to pay their bills? Plus, an immigration crackdown that's leaving some local students fearful but full of fight. Can they shut down ICE raids near their schools? And purple line construction chaos, a mold scare in county schools, and an animal shelter overflowing with one type of pet they say nobody wants. Can you be their pet hero? Those stories and more this week on The Pulse. We begin with a story that's hitting home for thousands of families across Montgomery County. Federal firings, buyouts, and layoffs are shaking up life in our area where government jobs aren't just a paycheck, they're the backbone of the local economy.
Day 64. 57 job applications, 12 rejections.
In April, after losing her job at the U.S. Agency for International Development, Casey Recca-Barron began recording her journey as a fired federal worker on Instagram.
64 days ago, I was contributing to society. I'm a single mom that was self-sufficient, providing the life to my 2 kids that they deserve.
But her story begins much earlier.
I came to the D.C. area to work in international development. I've had a 20-plus year career in disability inclusion within education. I felt like I had a lot of security in my job, which is why I chose it.
Despite that, Casey Recca-Barron was among the first federal workers to lose their jobs.
I got furloughed on January 28th, 8 days into the administration. And then on Valentine's Day, February 14th, we all got laid off officially.
Day 94. Just feel totally defeated. It took a month and a half to get my children health insurance through Maryland Health Connection.
With only 2 weeks severance, the single mother of 2 struggled to keep going. Even her application for her children's health care was denied.
Those were dark days. They really were. Those first months were really difficult to keep going because, of course, life doesn't stop. You might not have a job, but I still have kids to feed. I still have school functions to attend. Life and family matters don't stop, and it was really hard to continually put on a brave face and smile.
It's when it impacts my kids that it becomes extremely upsetting, because I've worked really hard to make sure that that doesn't happen. But it's the system. Our system is so broken.
Eventually, Recca-Barron turned to GoFundMe to share her story and help provide for her family.
Strangers donated. It was amazing. I feel very, very grateful for the people that have come out to support my family.
Day 134. Today I hit 105 job applications.
There's so many people looking for jobs right now, and unemployment it just keeps increasing in this area. So in many ways, recently has been more scary than in those first months, which is hard to believe, actually.
To date, Recca-Barron has applied for 154 jobs and received 51 rejections. Most hiring companies simply never respond.
It was a dream job. And today, many people are seeing the end of their dream jobs. Not because it was making them rich financially, but it's because their hearts were in it. Because helping others, especially the historically marginalized around the world, seems like a pretty valuable use of your working hours.
This is not over, and those of us that lost our jobs right in the beginning are still struggling.
I'm still really proud of the work that we've done, and no one can take that away.
Reporting from Kensington, I'm Fran Murphy for The Pulse on Montgomery Community Media.
Tough times for many families. Thanks to Fran Murphy, our chief public affairs producer, for that story. Now to another issue that's sparking fear and outrage across Montgomery County classrooms. While Kilmar Abrego Garcia's arrest earlier this year was just the beginning, now U.S. immigration agents are targeting Montgomery County public school students. But reporter Miriam Shahzad shows us how some local youth are fighting back.
For students this school year, learning is happening in a new political climate amid an immigration crackdown. In Montgomery County public schools, some students feel the effects.
We share a legitimate desire for knowing and having, but above all, for being more.
They're scared that maybe a family member or someone that they know can be taken away, or just like themselves being taken away, but also scared that maybe something like a dream won't be met because of that. Just going to school can even be scary or frightening.
So, high schoolers across the county have taken it into their own hands to speak out when ICE comes near schools.
Students Fair stands for Students for Asylum and Immigration Rights. Our goal is truly just to publicize and advocate for any immigrant incidents, but also immigrant rights in general, because we believe that just whatever is happening at Montgomery County schools is just absolutely beyond absurd.
For these students, the work will go on.
We are going to go till whenever ICE is abolished, and even probably past that. Hopefully it stays alive as long as it possibly can, because it's not just about fighting against someone, it's about creating a safe environment and community.
Immigrant families have rights. According to MCPS, schools cannot provide information from a student's file to ICE agents without parental consent, unless ICE has a subpoena. Reporting from Silver Spring, I'm Miriam Shahzad for The Pulse on Montgomery Community Media.
Meanwhile, Montgomery County schools are dealing with another problem: mold inside of classrooms. Parents at several campuses say they've seen it on laptops, in the hallways, and even gymnasiums. School leaders tell us they're working on remediation, but some families say it's not fast enough. Goshen Elementary School parent Denisha Price said in a quote for MCM's website, "It's incredible. It's so bad you can smell it." One teacher wrote into MCM anonymously and said, quote, "We're worried about our kids breathing this in every day." Now, school officials also said they've brought in extra cleaning crews and ventilation equipment. The superintendent, Thomas Taylor, has publicly vowed to fix the problem. We'll keep you updated on how this story develops. If you've been stuck in traffic on University Boulevard, you are not alone. Plans for rezoning the county's busiest thoroughfare are underway. The long-awaited Purple Line construction is moving forward, but slowly, and it's also clogging commutes and turning life upside down for some homeowners. Our reporter Wade DeVinny hit the streets to check out the chaos firsthand and get an update on the construction timeline.
For Montgomery County residents, this is an all too familiar scene, and the source is usually the same, the Purple Line. However, soon, delays due to construction on the new line will be coming to an end. The Purple Line project has come a long way since breaking ground in 2017, and it is on track to begin service in late December of 2027. I spoke with Senior Project Director Ray Biggs to learn more about progress on the line.
We have miles of track that have been installed, almost over 70% of track that has been installed across the alignment, including almost all of it completed across University of Maryland campus. We have a lot of progress happening across the alignment this summer, as you can see right behind me with the mezzanine, that connection there to the red line with WMATA, and also across just Montgomery County in general. At Wayne and Fenton, we just reopened that on the 8th. That was a critical connection of tying into the Silver Spring Library right there.
MDOT has been receiving shipments of these light rail cars from Elmira, New York. So far, 18 of these trams have come down from the manufacturing plant, and the entire fleet will eventually total 28. But for residents who feel the impact of construction delays close to home, 2 years is a long time, and some residents say they would appreciate an expedited effort on the Purple Line.
The Purple Line has been a joke for nearly the entire time I've lived in Montgomery County, and I still haven't seen it. And I would love for it to exist.
It's certainly been going on for a while, but I'm really excited for the Purple Line.
Biggs told me he understands that construction is an inconvenience for residents, but he did want to emphasize how useful the Purple Line would be for Montgomery County once it is completed.
It was a tough summer, and we recognize the community worked with us there, but we got a lot done. As I mentioned, the Wayne and Fenton closure, completing a lot of track along Wayne Avenue, Sligo Creek Bridge. We're looking forward to that later this year of completing that. I know the community will be happy about that.
From Montgomery Community Media, I'm W. Wade DeVinny.
It's frustrating for commuters, and according to Wade, who joins us now in studio, there's still a long road ahead. Welcome, Wade.
Good to be here, Markette.
So tell us, when will commuters be able to ride the rail?
Well, when I talked to Ray Biggs, he told me that construction will be done by 2026. However, MDOT wants a full year to test the rails against everything. That means ice, that means extreme heat, that means leaves in the fall. So by December of 2027, that is when commuters will be able to use the Purple Line.
Okay, now I'm actually one of those commuters. I live near University Boulevard. As I mentioned earlier, it's the county's busiest boulevard. So what was the mood like with pedestrians and drivers of vehicles? They're having to maneuver around all of this construction.
Well, it's like a 2-week-old blister for them. It stinks, but they're used to it. They are very much used to the construction that's been going on, and unfortunately, it'll be about 2 more years before they see it go away.
Well, Wade, thanks for the great information, and good luck out there on the rails.
Thank you.
Well, Friday was no ordinary day at William Tyler Page Elementary. Instead of the usual classroom routine, students stepped into a traveling science lab called the Curiosity Cube.
This mobile science lab is equipped with 3 activities inside this year, teaching students all about the wonders of AI.
The 22 by 10-foot mobile science lab is packed with hands-on activities such as testing their detective skills by spotting the difference between real and AI-generated photos, and even programming mini self-driving robotic cars to zip down makeshift tracks.
My favorite part about this job is to watch the students' reactions when they come into the Curiosity Cube and see the activities we have, and also get to witness them and their wonder in meeting local scientists. There's a lot of ooh and ah moments, and that's what makes the job so rewarding.
The Curiosity Cube is on a nationwide tour through the end of 2025. Their goal is to reach as many inquisitive young people as possible. And we're glad they made a stop in Montgomery County. Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center is home to hundreds of dogs, cats, and small animals just waiting for a permanent place to call home. Right now, the shelter's outreach coordinator, Brooke Chardy, says they are filled to capacity with one type of pet in particular. And they're hoping people like you watching now from the community will step in and help.
We are an open admissions shelter, which means that we have to take any animals that need a home, whether that's from a cruelty or neglect case or whether that's just a bunch of owner surrenders. So what does that mean? That means that when animals aren't getting adopted, when people aren't fostering, it means that we have a lot more coming in than we do have going out. So this is Juno. Juno is 2 years old, and we don't know what she is except for that she's absolutely beautiful. She would be great for families. She'd be great for homes with other dogs. She's very playful, but she also has a very mellow side. She's a really easy walker. She was an owner surrender. We get a lot of our animals through owner surrenders, whether it's because of housing insecurity or just a financial crisis, people losing their jobs. It's a very common way that very loved family pets unfortunately do end up in our shelter. Juno's one of those dogs. She's a fantastic dog. So she would be a really great choice for either a first-time dog owner or an adopter looking for a family pet.
And joining me now in studio is reporter Kiara Moore, who has been in touch with multiple animal shelters around the county. Kiara, tell us, what types of animals in particular need more attention?
Markette, it's simple, the big dogs. The dogs that are over 40 pounds. You have cases like Juno, who was an owner surrender, but then you have more severe cases like Ambassador, who was found tied to a bench in Tacoma Park during a hypothermia alert back in December. So we have cases like these where the dogs are being returned back to the shelter, whether it's from housing security or financial struggles. Those are the dogs that we're seeing being returned.
That is so tough to hear, especially in these tough times. And what are you hearing from other animal shelters you've been in touch with?
Yes, Markette. So it's the same story all around with all the shelters in Montgomery County. They are saying that the county residents can help out and do their part with finding all these lovely pets a nice home.
Well, thanks so much for that report. Now moving on to our community calendar. This Thanksgiving, it's time to get out your inflatable turkeys because the Montgomery County Thanksgiving Day Parade is back November 22nd. From glittering floats and marching bands to 12-foot-long inflatable turkeys, this annual tradition in Silver Spring kicks off at 10 a.m. from Ellsworth Drive and Fenton Street and travels south on Georgia Avenue, ending at Silver Spring Avenue. Rain or shine, it's the perfect way to usher in the holiday season. Visit downtownsilverspring.org and search Thanksgiving Day Parade for more details. And now it's time to celebrate our county birthdays. Montgomery County is turning 250 years old in 2026. But guess who else is getting older? This week, Olympic gold medalist Helen Maroulis turned 34 on September 19th. The champion wrestler is from Rockville. Next month, Academy Award-winning director Spike Jonze, he celebrates 56 years on October 22nd. The Being John Malkovich writer is also from Rockville. Do you have someone special you'd like us to celebrate on their birthday? They don't have to be a celebrity, just part of our community. Send us their name, photo, day of birth, and month, and we'll celebrate them on an upcoming episode. Visit mymcmedia.org for more information. And that's all we have for this week's edition of The Pulse, the heartbeat of Montgomery County. I'm Markette Sheppard. Thank you so much for joining us. And for more information on the stories featured in today's program, visit mymcmedia.org and be sure to also follow us on social media at mymcmedia, #ThePulse. Until next time, stay connected and stay local.